Be honest, when trying to get in shape, have you ever told yourself, I'll start when work calms down? I've heard this from dozens of career-driven men. And here's the truth. Work is never going to calm down. And waiting for that perfect time is why you're stuck in the first place. That's why I've created this 3-part mini course, the Busy Man Blueprint. And in this series, you're going to learn why the perfect time never comes and what to do instead, the 3 non-negotiables you should be doing to burn fat and build muscle in just 3 hours per week, and finally, how to stay consistent when things get messy so that you don't have to keep starting over. So let's dive into the biggest lie that's holding men like you back. The idea that you'll start when work calms down. Now to do this, I want to share a story about one of my clients, Matt. Yes, I know, it's a great name. But in all honesty, Matt was as busy as it gets. For those of you who love dogs and coffee in London, you will definitely know the cafe Cuppa Pug, which Matt is a co-founder of. It has recently gone through a huge explosion of popularity, and they have recently opened up multiple different cafes, including cafes in America. On top of this, Matt recently just got married, which means he was planning a wedding for the last year. And then on top of that, Matt is also chasing his dreams to become an actor. So he's going to auditions, he's doing self-tapes. Matt's as busy as it gets. But still, Matt made the time to go from this to this in just 6 months. Now again, with how busy Matt was, a lot of guys in his position would have said, you know what, I'll start later. And the reason I've told you this story is because it is important to understand that work is never going to calm down. You're always going to be moving on to the next project or the next assignment that you have. And the reason I'm telling you this story is because of 3 elements that you need to think about moving forwards. The first one is workload creep. At the end of the day, if you've got a busy job, projects don't just stop. You're always going to be moving on to the next thing, the next project that needs to be worked on. So it's important to just get that through your head. Next up is energy debt. You want to try and imagine your health and fitness like a credit card debt. You might be all good spending that cash on that credit card, but if you don't pay it off immediately, that debt is just going to pile up until it's at a point where you just can't pay it off in one go. That's how putting off your health and fitness will feel. If you keep putting it off and putting it off, eventually your energy is going to be so low that you're not going to be able to cope with it. And finally, confidence cost. Introducing the Busy Man's Blueprint. And this couldn't be more simple. There are 3 key areas to this blueprint. Number 1, time realistic workouts. We're going to be focusing on 3 45-minute full body workouts. Again, these are time realistic, especially if time is of the utmost importance to you. Area number 2, the flexible nutrition rule. We utilize things like calorie banking, the protein anchor, and our smart weekends. Calorie banking focuses on manipulating your calorie amounts throughout the day around social events or meetings. The protein anchor, this is prioritizing protein in every single meal because eating more protein means burning more calories. And the smart weekends. Let's face it, the weekends are generally where most people fall off track. So you want to make sure that you prioritize actually getting the weekends right, not just your Monday to Friday. And area number 3, the accountability stack. This involves checking in with yourself once a week, making sure that you set yourself realistic goals, and then at the end of the week asking yourself, how did I do? How was my training? How was my nutrition? And how am I feeling? Mark yourself out of 1 to 10, and if you're a solid 10 every single week, you will see progress. Weekly resets. Sometimes you're just gonna have a bad week. It just happens. But ultimately, that doesn't mean that you should just give up or postpone things. All you wanna do right now is reset everything. Set yourself a new goal for the week. This will help you with your motivation. It also should help with discipline and consistency because at the end of the day, what we wanna focus on is execution. And finally, milestones. A lot of men really struggle with their fitness goals because they don't have any milestones that they're actually trying to achieve. So some people might want to get fit for a holiday. Some people might have a photo shoot. Some people are doing bodybuilding shows. But for a career-driven man like yourself, we want to set specific milestones. So set a goal, set a time frame. For example, I want to lose 20 pounds in 90 days. This gives you something to reach for. And if you have something to reach for and a plan of action to implement, then the journey becomes a lot more enjoyable and the milestone becomes a byproduct. Listen, the moment that you stop looking for the right time and start building a system that fits into your life as it is right now, that's when things change. That's when you'll stop starting over and finally start seeing lasting progress. So listen, if this has resonated with you and you're thinking, yeah, I'm guilty of waiting for the right time, then here's what I suggest. If you check out the description below, you'll see a link where you can book in a 20-minute performance audit with myself. We'll map out a 90-day plan for you that fits around your career and your lifestyle. No fluff, just clarity. Click the link in my description if you're interested in that. But listen guys, we're not finished yet. In the next video, I'll show you the 3 non-negotiables every career-driven man needs right now to stay lean and strong in his 30s without having to train 6 days a week or giving up dinners out or pints with the lads. So click the box up top if you want to check out the next video. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out. I'll catch you on the next one.